I am so very glad to have all of you here today. We've come a long way, haven't we? This morning, my friend Mike is here to speak with us. And Mike, like all of us, has been through a lot in his life. I know he's a little bit nervous, so please help me welcome him with a round of applause.
Bob's right. This is very difficult for me. So I guess I'm a little nervous. I know some of you still remember me. I see some familiar faces out there. And I see some new ones. I've been gone a long time. I've been too ashamed and too stubborn to let anyone know what's been going on in my life. I didn't want anyone to know the truth. But I've decided, with the lot of encouragement from Bob, to give up my silence for Lent. You see, I retreated into a very black and lonely place. A personal wilderness, I guess. There were issues with my marriage, issues with family, my job. I was struggling with addiction. The unpaid bills just stacked up. Collection calls. I was living in darkness. And I don't mean because I didn't pay my electric bill, although that did happen. I was in despair. I was emotionally numb, spiritually dead. Life was just something that was going on around me. And I blamed God for all of it. And I turned my back on God. And I turned my back on His church. And everybody in it. You know why? Because I lost the most precious thing of all. I lost my faith and trust in God. But sometimes God does send us angels. Our friend Bob noticed my absence and called me over and over again. I wouldn't answer his calls or return his calls, but Bob wasn't going to take silence as an answer. He even came over to my house to check on me, to see if I was all right, and to ask if I needed any help. He wasn't asked, and he wasn't invited. He just showed up. And to tell you the truth, I was glad to have someone to talk to. But even that wasn't enough to bring me back from the dead. I told Bob I could never return to the church because God did not understand my pain. Looking back, I can't believe I said that. But I was so angry and I had turned my back on God. You know, I even turned this picture face down on my table. But every time Bob would come to the house, I'd rush to put it back up again because I didn't want him to see that I had lost all hope. Bob didn't give up on me, though. He made it clear that he had come as a brother and as the hands and feet of Jesus to do his work, and that he cared about what was happening to me. Wow, this is turning into one of those TED Talk things, isn't it? The point is this. It took some time, but something started to change. Bob made me open my eyes to what I couldn't see. That God hadn't done these things to me, and God understands my pain. But most important of all, that I am loved as I am. He wants us to be joyful, to experience that peace that passes all understanding. He doesn't want us walking in darkness. He wants us walking in the light. And he very obviously doesn't want us to walk alone. I'm glad I'm here. I have a long way to go, but with your support, I see brighter days ahead. Thank you.
All this pain, I wonder if I'll ever find my way. I wonder if my life could really change at all. And all this earth, could all that is lost ever be found? Could a garden come up from this ground at all? And you make beautiful things, you make beautiful things out of the dust. You make beautiful things, you make beautiful things out of us. And all around, hope is springing up from this old ground. Out of chaos, life is being found in you. And you make beautiful things, you make beautiful things out of the dust. Sing it with us, church. And you make beautiful things, you make beautiful things out of us.